If I could have your attention here in the Media Center, we'll continue on with today's NASCAR Xfinity Series media availability with none other than Elliott Sadler, driver number 1 Armour Vienna Sausage 150th Anniversary Chevrolet for Junior Motorsports. Elliott is the defending winner of this race. Pretty darn good here. I mean, you got a win and runner-up in your last 4 races here. I mean, you're pretty good. What is it about this racetrack that really suits your driving style?
That's pretty loud, isn't it? Sorry. But before I answer any questions, I do want to send my thoughts and prayers out to everybody in Houston. We have some friends down there, and we've been getting some video and direct contact from them, and what they're going through is, I mean, nobody should have to go through that kind of devastation. And we've been blown away, my wife and I, by everybody's generosity and from people donating so much money and time. And one of our sponsors, Oscar Blues, is canning water and sending it down. What J.J. Watt, I just saw a little while ago, has already reached $14 million. He just did, and that's absolutely amazing. And my wife and I decided on our way down here that we were going to take my portion of the winnings from this weekend and donate it to the flood relief victims in Houston. It's just, I mean, that's so much a bigger scale of what America's all about and Americans all about. The videos of people helping each other are just second to none. So I just wanted to send my thoughts and prayers out to them. We have a lot of race fans in the Texas area. We have a lot of race fans, I think, from the Louisiana side as well that are all helping each other. And just some of the videos I've seen have been absolutely amazing. It makes you proud to be American. So I wanted to talk about that first. And my wife and I are blown away by what we've seen, and we want to get on board with that. And you know, even at my kids' school, the third graders went to their teacher to want to figure out how to do something they'd seen so much on TV. So it's neat to see Americans really rallying around each other. So that's all for a greater good. Now, to address your question, I love this place. It's one of my favorite racetracks. The last 4 or 5 years in a row here, we've had a legitimate shot of winning or running in the top 2 or 3. We've had some wrecks, last lap wrecks and stuff like that. That's maybe has cost us a little bit, but to get the win here last year in my Dale Jarrett throwback paint scheme was special. My boss, Dale Jr., was going through a lot at that time. That's when we had just found out about what he was fighting through, and it was neat to come down here and kind of win one for the Gipper, right? Win one for the boss man. So we had a lot of emotion last year winning this race, and it's a special place to me. It's a place my dad brought me to as a kid, as a fan, and now be able to come back years later as a Darlington winner on Throwback Weekend makes it very special.
Outstanding. Let's go ahead and open the floor for questions. If you have a question for Elliott, please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. We'll start here with Mike and here work our way around.
Mike Hember, USA Today. Do you remember racing here for the first time and how driving the track was different from what you might have anticipated?
You know what's funny about this place? I got 2 stories, if you bear with me. The first time I ever came here in 1996, as a driver, Dale Jarrett was testing here for the Winston Million. Remember in 96, he was running for the Winston Million, and I showed up here with the Gary Bechtel and Diamond Ridge, and had never been to this place, you know, on the inside before, and definitely in a race car. So Dale, actually, I went up to him and asked him about suggestions, help, anything. And instead of talking to me about it, he actually put me in his car and drove me around and showed me different places of lifting, where you need to be at on the track. Of course, I thought we were too close to the wall. He scared me to death. But he definitely took time that day to kind of show me how things work. And to add to the next story of that, when I came back here to practice, so there's other cars on the track with me now, right, practicing. I just saw Mark Martin riding through the garage here, and it made me think of a memory. I was coming in the front straightaway, which used to be the back straightaway, coming in the back straightaway into turn 3, and Mark was in front of me, and I thought he blew a tire. He goes into turn 3 and goes straight to the wall, and I'm like, whoa, man, what are you doing way up there? And even after I tested here, it's different seeing a car in front of you getting that close. And I'm like, man, I don't know if I can race on this place. It's too narrow. But I think we qualified 6th the first time I'd ever been here, and we were actually passing Mark for the lead when we had a return oil line come loose. So it's just one of the places that my driving style fits, and I really like it. It was the track, I'll be honest with you, I was the most scared of before I came, but it's probably one of the top 2 or 3 favorite tracks we race on today, and it's weird how it changed for me coming the first time. It is a neat racetrack, and I know it's a lot of history here, but it's such a fun track to drive. It's not like any other track that we race on the circuit. Makes it very unique and makes it fun.
We have additional questions for Elliott. Go here to Mike.
Hey, Elliott. Mark Hazelton with the Morning News over in Florence. I just wanted to revisit just a little bit the participation change for next year. They're further limiting the Cup guys in your series and the Truck Series. There's a school of thought that says that without those guys, that star power, it's going to hurt the Xfinity Series. I was just curious what your thoughts are on that.
Be honest with you, I hadn't read any of it, so I don't know what the participation rules are for next year. So I'm not sure. I can't do 3 or 4 things at a time. I want to focus on what we have going on this year. But I grew up in the day and age. We had 18 to 20 Cup guys in a race at a time, and I understand that point of view because I'm a marketing guy. So I understand that big names bring people to the seats, but I also understand that Xfinity puts a lot behind our program, and they want their guys winning races, competing for championships and things like that as well. So I see both sides of it. I'm not here to debate what's better and what's not because that's not my cup of tea. I like racing against those guys because if you feel like you outrun them, like me here racing Denny Hamlin last year, I think this is probably one of his best tracks. If you can beat Denny Hamlin at this place, you feel like you've done something really well. But I do think it gets confusing to fans sometimes later on in the season, like at Homestead in a championship race where it's a winner-take-all, that it needs to be the Xfinity regular guys doing it, in my opinion.
Go to the back to Caleb, and then over to Chris.
Caleb Whistler, KickingTheTires.net. How has your approach changed to accumulating as many stage points from the beginning of the season?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
How has your approach changed to accumulating as many stage points as possible from the beginning of the season?
Well, we definitely have changed our strategy a lot this year because of the stage race, and we've gotten ourselves in a pretty good position in points. We've already locked into the playoffs. We feel really good about our chances of being the regular season champion, where we get the 15 bonus points. So we felt like we've done a really good job as a team. Now it's our job to get some more bonus points for the playoffs. I mean, that's what we need. We're kind of getting beat in that right now. That means we need to win some more stages, take some chances, be aggressive, or, put ourselves in position to win a race. And, that's our goal moving forward. We feel really good about the 3 tracks we got left before the playoffs start. So we're going to try to get all the points and stuff we can moving forward.
We'll go to Chris and then to Mike.
Hey, Mr. Allison, how you doing, sir? Hey, this is a Cale Yarborough throwback, but don't come up here and swing at me while I'm sitting up here. All right, all right, okay. Hey, that's fair.
That's pretty awesome. Chris Knight
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's the man.
ChrisKnightCatchfence.com. Next week we go to the composite bodies at Richmond, and I was just wondering if you've had a chance to look at them, what you think of them, and what you think it'll do for the series.
I have looked at them. We have no feedback at the time on them, like aero-wise or balance-wise. We have not had one personally at Junior Motorsports. We have not had one on the track yet. So, Chris, I'm not dodging your question. We really don't know, and it's a pretty good unknown. I feel like we're going to Indy again, right? Where it's a lot of unknowns on how these cars are going to race, not by themselves, but contact and rubbing and some of the things that we go and put our cars through on a pace of a race. There's not supposed to be much difference in the bodies from what we have now, so hopefully the balance and stuff will be close to the same. I know our guys at Junior Motorsports have worked their butts off the last couple of months. We had to build 9 brand-new race cars to Curtis Richmond because Boss Man's running too, so we had to build 9 brand-new ones, and that's a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of money to get these cars ready, but my guys seem to like the way they go together, and we're going to gather all the information we can next week at Richmond because, we got Dover and Phoenix both in the playoff, and They both run those types of bodies, so we'll see what happens. But I'm interested to see how they race each other and how they affect each other on the track. Not qualifying runs by yourself, but in a racing pack.
Go next to Mike.
Mike Neff from FrontStretch.com. Elliott, you've been to the top of the sport, ran in Cup, and you have now kind of settled in the Xfinity Series. How does that work for you? Is you found that happy place there? Is it less pressure from being at the Cup Series, or is this just where you feel like your talents are the best?
I love it. I'm very excuse me. I'm very competitive. I want to compete. Ask any of the buddies that saw me at the softball field last night playing in the tournament. It's all about winning and competing, whether I'm playing golf or what, or racing, or any of the things that I like to do. Pick up basketball games, even coaching my kids' 7-year-old coach pitch team. It's all about competing, and I have found a home at a place that we're very competitive. We're going to have a chance to run up front each and every week, and it's still pressure to me. I put my own pressure on myself, but Dale Jr. wants me to win a championship in his car. So does Mr. Hendrick. I mean, they all want us to run good and have a chance to win a championship. So the pressure's there. But I definitely love what I'm doing. I don't want to. I'm not, looking to do anything else. It's definitely home to me. I get to spend a lot of time at home with my wife and kids, which means a lot to me as well. So I definitely have found my niche, and I love it. This is where I want to hang my helmet up when I'm done, is right where I'm at right now. Yes, sir.
Well, Elliott, good luck this weekend, and good luck going forward in the playoffs as well.
All right. Thanks, guys.